Hi everyone, it's Abul again with a brand new video. Welcome back to CRTV, powered by City Realtor. Today I will be giving renters my top 5 tips on how to navigate the rental market in the summer. The summer rental market can be very treacherous if navigated wrongly. Let me explain what I mean. Every year before university starts, which is around late September, early October, there is an overwhelming demand for properties from students. You will notice a lot of movement in university towns, and especially in London because it's home to so many major universities. In London, however, it's not just students. You have a lot of young professionals moving as well because they've probably just stayed in that routine since they've graduated. So if you're a renter that will be riding the bumpy waves of the summer storm, then here are some pointers for you. Top tip number 1. Get started early. This video is going to be released on the 14th of August 2023. So for this year, if you haven't found your property already, you've still got time, but I would get a move on. Me personally, I'd like to be sure about where I'm moving to at least a month before moving. However, many students, and I see this every year, leave it till the very last moment. Many companies like ours, we probably start advertising some summer properties early, like in March or April. That's when we are absolutely sure that the current tenants are not staying. And they also get snapped up very early as well. So if you end up having a bad experience this year, next year maybe try getting on the market early. And you might find something as early as March, April, May, and you'll have your property sorted out months before you need to actually move. Top tip number 2. Be open to video viewings. Most agents now will be able to give you a video walkthrough of the property. I mean, everyone has a smartphone now, so that shouldn't be a problem. And you can make an offer based on that video, or you can ask to see the property while the agent is there, so they can maybe FaceTime you or video call you, and that way you get to see the property live. And this will be the case for many of you, as many of our renters are from overseas or even maybe just from another part of the UK. So if you do go down that route, make sure you do your due diligence and don't fall for the old bait and switch. There have been many agents that have done this in the past, been closed down and so on and so forth, but I don't know how common it is now, but I'm sure it still exists. So make sure you cover your back. This is why a FaceTime viewing is quite good, because it means that at least the agent was there. However, it is a very busy time. So if the agent can't actually be there, then you can do other things to cover your back. And here's some things you can do to cover your back. So you can check company's house, make sure the company names match, check the company website, check that their bank name coincides with the company name that they gave you. Make sure it's a business account that they're asking you to pay. Also check their online presence, social media, etc. Also check that their email has a proper domain. So it should be something like john@findaproperty.co.uk if the company is called Find a Property. And it shouldn't be something like john.findaproperty@gmail.com. You catch my drift. Top tip number 3. Get yourself a UK guarantor. This, of course, is for all the students out there and anybody who hasn't got their employment in place yet. Just for anyone that doesn't understand, a guarantor is someone that will guarantee your rent in the event that you can't pay it. And the reason students need a guarantor is because they don't have an income and the landlord wants to be sure about who can pay it in the event that you can't. And the reason it needs to be a UK guarantor is because no referencing agency is going to Gibraltar or Indonesia to chase your rent. They need to be on home soil so that they can be chased in the event that they need to be. Top tip number 4. Be responsive. Remember, this is not like any other time of the year. Lettings agents get inundated with prospective tenant leads. So although they want to let to you, they have a lot of options. Therefore, if you aren't responsive, don't expect the agent to be chasing you, because the agents will most likely be prioritizing the ones that are responsive. And top tip number 5. Have your visas sorted. This, of course, is for international students that require a visa to reside in the UK. You need to have your visa sorted before you apply for a property, because you won't pass referencing otherwise. Also, it's good to know that you will only be offered a contract up until the end date of your visa. So if your visa ends in 2 months, unfortunately, you will only be offered a contract up to 2 months. However, most landlords and agents will be looking for a 12 months contract. So those were my top 5 tips. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.